My name is Gracie Wall, and the title of my chapel talk is Human and Horror Both Start with H. Human and horror both start with H. Many of you may be thinking, quote, so, does she know how many humans die in horror movies? Why does it matter if they both start with H if one of them almost always dies in the other? But my point is, they are the same. No one likes to say it out loud, but it is human to enjoy horror. People have been enjoying horror since ancient times, when it was okay to throw a starved lion into an arena with a gladiator and scream fight. It is in our biology, our psychology, culture, and even our childhood. Basics first. There is an actual reason why people enjoy horror. It is because horror sparks the innate fear that humans learn through the process of natural selection during evolution. When it is sparked, a part of the brain called the hippocampus filters through perceived threats to determine whether or not the threat is real, and lets us know if we are okay. The innate fear we all possess is also linked to when our fight or flight response is triggered. Psychiatrists Linda Saab and Arash Avanbacht explained by saying, quote, some chemicals found in the brain during the fight or flight response are also found in other positive emotional states, end quote. This means that when people watch horror, the brain recognizes the fact that none of the fear being experienced is real, and all that is left is the adrenaline high that so many people enjoy. In order to create that adrenaline rush, many movie directors incorporate a sense of cultural relation in horror films to relate the audience with the actual horror aspect of the movie. Without this sense of cultural relation, the movie would be more of a legend than a horror movie. Since most horror movies do prey on cultural fears, however, they are also combined with an air of unrealism, which gives the audience a sense of control by providing a slight disconnect to the violent acts they have witnessed. Combining a relevance aspect of horror film and the aspect of fear with the sense of unrealism is what makes horror an enjoyable experience. Arash Avanbacht and Linda Saab explain that, quote, when our thinking brain gives feedback to our emotional brain and we perceive ourselves as being in a safe space, we can quickly shift the way we experience that high arousal state, going from one fear to one of enjoyment. This means that although the fears portrayed on screen look and feel real, the brain will filter out the false threats from the real ones. Thus, the audience is left with an adrenaline rush since their brain does not register the on-screen threat to be real. People enjoy watching horror because the film industry reveals cultural fears to make a seemingly real fear factor an experience for the audience. Without portraying a relevant fear factor to society, people would not be curious enough to explore all the real possibilities of humanity that horror films offer. Many classic movies enjoyed by millions were once banned from theaters, even entire countries, strictly because their cultural relevance was too concerning for society. One familiar title would be The Exorcist. The movie portrayed a young girl who was possessed by a demon, and when holy men came to rid her of the unholy spirits, things do not go well. In this case, paramedics were called to screenings of this movie with rumors of people dying of heart attacks from the film itself. The United Kingdom went so far as to ban it from home release for nearly a decade. However, over time, the sensitivity to such things began to lower, and the iconic film is now a horror classic. Horror is also in nearly everyone's childhood, no matter how hidden it is. It can be found in many video games and even popular online videos. Many references to the genre can even be found in children's movies, such as Toy Story, Toy Story 3, which both reference The Shining, Aladdin, which references Peter Lorre, who was a popular actor of the 19th century starring in film movies, and Finding Nemo, which references Jaws and The Shining as well. The fact that such references are found throughout many children's movies just proves that watching horror is more normal than strange, and are being introduced to such things at young ages. This highlights social norms and normality of horror within our culture, especially regarding its role in our biology, psyche, and culture. Thank you.